What's going on, guys? Allie-RX here, and it is that time of year once again. It is June 2018, which means it's time for the mid-year update. And man, I can't believe we're 6 months into 2018 already. It feels like January and February were yesterday or last week. Shit. Well, anyway, let's begin with a recap of stuff that you probably missed earlier this year. This year has been a pretty good start for my channel so far, as I've put out 3 episodes of bootleg shit already. Usually it would take me a lot longer to put that many episodes out. Last year, 2015, and in 2013, there were 3 episodes of bootleg shit spanned throughout the entire year. And in 2014, there was only 1 episode of bootleg shit. I'm not counting 2016 since I said there was going to be a hiatus that year. But as of this year, the year isn't over yet and there's already 3 episodes, so that's awesome. So to recap, the year began with a special episode of bootleg shit on the bootleg Dragon Ball games for the Famicom, Sega Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, and Game Boy Color. And as you'd expect, they're all absolutely terrible. Then in March, I did another bootleg shit episode, and this time it was on the bootleg Tomb Raider game for the Famicom. Oh boy, oh my god. You thought the Dragon Ball games were bad? Well, oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. This one is really bad. And finally, in the beginning of May, in celebration of the 10th anniversary of the first Iron Man movie, which was also the beginning of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I did yet another bootleg shit episode, and this one was a review of the bootleg Iron Man game for the Sega Mega Drive. I know a lot of you guys are huge fans of bootleg shit, so if you missed out on any episode or did not know there were any episodes, now you know. You can check them out right now. Now, to address other fans of my channel, you're probably wondering, hey, where is Awful Games? Where is the more positive reviews? Where are the retrospectives? And so on and so forth. Now, if you recall, at the end of last year on my Thank You for 10 Years on YouTube video, I announced that Awful Games was going to return permanently. And that the next episode of Awful Games would be the Japanese Transformers game for the PlayStation 2. That video was originally going to be released at the end of December last year. However, it was delayed to earlier this year, and unfortunately right now it's in development hell at this point. I've had so many problems trying to edit the footage in Sony Vegas because the gameplay footage just wasn't cooperating with me well. It was causing Sony Vegas to slow down. I've tried like re-rendering the footage by themselves into individual files and what have you. I've tried really hard to make it faster, to get it done, but I don't know, it just wasn't working with me. Plus, I feel that I worked on like part of it in like the beginning, and I felt that part just didn't come out right. I thought it wasn't very good. And so I'm gonna redo the review again. I'm gonna re-record the gameplay footage. I'm gonna play the game again. I just want to start over from scratch. I just wasn't happy with the original review. I was just having problems with it. But I promise you, now that I've learned from that bad experience, I will try to get it out as fast as possible. With everything I've learned from the development hell of that review, I can definitely get it out sooner. And hopefully I can get it out before the 10th anniversary of my Transformers Convoy no Nazo review for the Famicom. And that's not the only video I've been having problems with and trying to get out. Now, many of you have been wondering, hey Allie, where is the Kamen Rider Climax Heroes retrospective? When's that coming out? I've been waiting for quite a long time for that. Yeah, that's also been in development hell. See, I actually started working on that retrospective way back in late 2015. This was long before I had the Framemeister, and that was when I still had the old capture card, the original AverMedia Live Gamer Portable. And as you know, it would not work with upscalers, so I had to kind of work around with that to properly capture gameplay footage. I was stuck in the first part of that retrospective, which was the review of the original Climax Heroes on PS2. But I never made it past that point because I had problems recording gameplay footage of that. So I'm thinking about redoing that part again and continuing reviewing all the other Climax Heroes games. After learning from that experience, as well as my experience with my Modern Sonic retrospective, which came out last year, I think I could get it out a lot faster than I originally could. Now, after hearing all that, you're probably thinking, well, Allie, why not just use an emulator to review the Kamen Rider games? The thing is, I want to review the games the way they were intended to be played. I want to showcase how well they run and how well they play on their original hardware, on the hardware they were intended to be played on. It's not going to be the same on an emulator. But that's not the only retrospective I have in the works. In August later this year, I'm also releasing another retrospective. What will it be? Well, you're gonna have to find out a little bit later. Sooner than later, though. Now, aside from the Transformers review that's been stuck in development hell, there will be more episodes of Awful Games very soon. One I have planned is the Godzilla game that came out for PS4. And that game is really, really bad. I've always wanted to review that game for Awful Games, and it really deserves to be ripped upon. Now, as for more positive reviews, I have plans for that as well. Some games I plan on reviewing are Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon, Sonic Mania, Shovel Knight, I think, and a few others. And finally, the big announcement you've all been waiting for. The main event. E3 is next week. The conferences begin on Sunday, starting with Microsoft's conference at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So, on Saturday, expect an E3 video from me, getting ready for all the conferences from Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo, and the PC Gaming Show. I might talk about third-party conferences as well on that video. But yeah, expect an E3 video very soon. So yeah, that's pretty much all the updates I have at the moment. I'm sorry that I haven't been communicating with you guys much. I've already stated my reasons as to why many videos haven't been coming out yet. That, and of course, I have stuff to deal with in my personal life. I've got a lot of stuff, and of course, videos take time to make and what have you. But I promise you, many of them are coming very soon. As I said earlier, bootleg shit episodes came out a lot faster than they've done in previous years. So before I sign off, if you want to support my channel, you can donate to my Patreon for just $1 per month or more if you want, or you could donate to my PayPal for just a one-time donation. At the moment, I don't have any perks or stretch goals yet, which is why I'm only asking for just $1 at the minimum, or the one-time PayPal donation. But I'm thinking about putting perks and stretch goals, because I really want to improve my Patreon page. And of course, make sure you are subscribed to my channel, and make sure you hit that bell to get notified on the latest videos. And of course, you can follow me on all social media sites. It's Allie-RX on everything. So yeah, that's all for today. I'm Allie-RX, and I'll see you on the other side.